Welcome to Canadian Innovators, the show that celebrates innovation, entrepreneurs, and the Canadian spirit. My name is Anthony Fury, and every week we introduce a new entrepreneur or expert on a relevant business topic to tell their stories and address the challenges and opportunities for keeping jobs in Canada and potential solutions for job growth and prosperity. Today, I'm pleased to be joined by Grant Furlane, who's CEO and founder of Locomobi World. Welcome to the show, Grant. Great to have you here.
Thanks for having me here.
Locomobi, lots of really exciting stuff going on at your company that you founded. Tell us what you do.
Well, of course, the hardest thing is describing what we do because
Right.
we do so much. But essentially, a vision of taking the transportation infrastructure and managing it from the day you leave in the morning your home until you arrive at multiple or your final destination. And all along there, you touch all kinds of technology, whether it be drive-throughs, toll highways, get to a parking space. All these things touch a transportation log in our system. And so my goal has always been to connect everything. And that's what we do at Locomobi. We are the only one that do it.
So give me some specific examples, because I had the opportunity to tour one of your offices recently, and I saw the different pay parking terminals you've created, but I also got to see how you're doing things in different parking garages and parking lots in terms of smart technology. No more having to put the key card in when you come and go from the condo lot. It reads the license plates now. I mean, you've got a lot of things on the go in terms of that transportation innovation.
And I think we do, and we have to. The idea was that an example would be, because you brought up parking. Places we are now doing are ticketless. And I don't mean gateless, I mean ticketless. So when you drive in, we take a read of your plate. You drive out, you pay, and then the gate opens. Or you go to a pay station, enter your plate number. There are no tickets.
So I don't have to do anything. No credit cards on the spot.
Nothing.
No.
Just drive in and out. Why did I do that? Because that's the way it should be. I mean, we're in a world of frictionless technology, and quite frankly, we all want frictionless. When they introduced the bank machine, the ATM, everyone said, no one's ever going to use that. Well, you're right. Now they're using their phone. It's amazing how quickly it goes. So in Locomobi's world, you'll see us computerizing whole cities, like the city of Kitchener, the most advanced application in the country, where we took 21 parking facilities. We manage everything from guest reservations to monthly parking to their fleet management to on-street ticketing. You know, we can take on all those, because in the end, without touching them all, what's the end about this? It's analytics, and that's how you make your future. Another example would be like the Pan American Center, the most advanced, one of the biggest swimming centers in the country. They held, as you know, they held the Pan American Games. So they came to us. This is what they told me. We came to you guys, Grant, not because you could do it. We came to you because we thought if you could do what you say you can do, and this is amazing, come from a municipal organization, we want to do that.
Wow.
No, hold on. And then
So they were inspired by the vision.
They're inspired, but hold on. Then when they awarded us the contract, they said to us, but Grant, we want to finish. We had no clue you actually did it. Okay, that's a key.
Wow.
Because it's
so they just want to explore, see the potential,
go, wow,
but you delivered.
We delivered.
Yeah.
Exactly what they wanted. Well, it's never exact if you're being challenged. And then there'll be stuff like getting on the highway and we read your plate, toll highways. And it's all about the ability to take something and make it, the data secure but accurate. So you can't read it 90% of the time. You have to read it 100% of the time. And to get to that data level, now we get into algorithms, technology, and that's our specialty.
Wow. And Locomobi World, you were founded in what year?
Officially, Locomobi World was founded in 2019. But 5-6 years before that, it was just a test company that I was playing around with and trying things. And in fact, our oldest beta system is still running in Niagara Falls at the casino.
Wow.
Still running. With all the same technology we're offering now, 10 years ago, but it was a beta. We officially launched Locomobi World saying, okay, we're ready. We're ready to take on the world. You know, and quite honestly, 700 properties later and 100 million transactions, we're getting there.
Ready to take on the world. A great note to leave it at that. When we come back in just a moment with Grant Furlane, we're going to talk about how Locomobi World is taking on the world. That's next. Hi, I'm Anthony Fury here in studio with Grant Furlane, CEO and founder of Locomobi World. Grant, before the break, you said your company ready to take on the world. I want to talk a bit more about the innovation and technology behind what you're doing. Smart solutions for transportation, for parking, for tolling, for automotive, for everything. Taking on the world, that means there's a lot more to come. People are really excited about the future. I know you're a techno optimist. Where are we going with these sorts of technologies? What's next?
Well, the question first is I'd named the company World so people would say what you said. Okay, and it was for taking on the world. And therefore, we have to recognize there's technology in Taiwan, Singapore, China. You can't just be here on a little island and not realize the effects of where you go. And we've done that. Where we're going with it is, first of all, because we feel everything we're doing really is a sensor. Now, if I use my Google Vision glasses, it's a connect on the edge to our software, our portal, which is the management system of the world. Or you talked about payment machines. Although I'm not for them, I built those because until they become obsolete, we have to supply them.
They'll be obsolete soon?
Yes, I figure next 5 years.
Okay.
No different than when Tim Cook said there'll be no iPhones by 2030.
I didn't know he said that.
Yes.
The maker of iPhones said there soon won't be iPhones.
And there's a reason for that. Very smart guy. And of course, I live and die by their whole analogies of the future, how they grasp what the consumer needs. And others too, but the point with them is this. They say, what's next is wearables. And what is a wearable? Well, it's almost anything. It could be a surface wearable or it could be an implant wearable. So where we see it going is all cars will be smart. Now, we've developed software that makes dumb cars smart. And of course, we can talk maybe in conclusion how we're part of Project Arrow, which is one of the most gratifying Canadian projects that we've ever done in this country.
And in short, remind us, what is Project Arrow?
Project Arrow was, if people remember Arrow, which was a famous fighter jet that we built in Canada that they stopped building. So Flavio Volpi said, you know what, we're gonna do it this time. We're gonna call it Arrow again. It'll be the most advanced EV smart car in the world. And we did it.
All Canadian technology.
All Canadian.
All innovation.
You had to be Canadian. So we wrote the onboard software, making the car a passport that actually is an app too. You don't pull out your credit card and you pay for things. You just drive. Okay. That's an example of where we're going. But then if you go to wearables, I can't remiss about saying you got to talk about robots. So as you know, Locomobi already issued its first robot. And although people thought I was crazy, like most of the stuff we do, when I introduced that robot at a conference.
What does it do? What does the robot do?
Okay, this one, what does it do? Because it's much different than the ones you see in restaurants.
Right.
This robot is built to be very, very heavily built, almost military grade. So it can't be kicked and punched over. It goes up and down the streets. It reads plates, writes parking tickets, helps people with their cars, takes payments, and secures around the building. And that's not what's cool. I know that sounds cool.
That was cool already.
I know.
What's the really cool part?
It's autonomous. So right now, there are lots of robots that run off as central control. I'm not interested in monitoring people. So this robot goes on its own. It autonomously learns its shift of what it does. It changes. And who owns it? The person that bought the robot. Not me. I'm not in anyone's business. So you'll see it in the police officers, so law enforcement, parking enforcement, safety in the city. So we're training it now about how to use crosswalks.
So it learns like where the most parking infractions would be. I got to hang out in this area a bit more to write the tickets, that kind of thing.
And also, it's not there just for that reason. It'll help an old person across the street.
The parking ticket robot will also be across.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an information rod. I'm sorry, I'm lost. So
you go talk to the robot. You tell him this, and
absolutely,
he or she or it helps you out.
I like how you said he or she because I haven't figured out what Mobi is yet either. Okay. So Mobi is in phase 2. So we are partnering with the Barrett Technology Center at Humber College, which is by far the most advanced technology center in the country, which was donated by the Barrett family. And we're on Mobi 2.0. So everything that people told me, we're adding to it, and its next release is in September. It's going to change the world.
Going to change the world.
It has to. Not just our world. We don't have to talk about my robot. Look at what it's doing in the medical world. Look how it's helping shortages in places, saving people, going places where you shouldn't go, like a deep down, black, dark parking garage.
Lots of exciting things ahead. When we come back with Grant Furlane, let's talk about the future of AI, the future of more technologies. I'm Anthony Fury. This is Canadian Innovators. We're back with Grant Furlane, founder and CEO of Locomobi World. Grant, the other day, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau made an announcement about AI initiatives, government supporting AI. We're hearing about AI everywhere. What do you see as the future of AI, and is there not a role in government helping pick the way it's going to proceed? What is the future of this? Because there's a lot of anxieties about it, a lot of optimism.
Well, it's the most important question. So people don't understand that AI has been around for a long, long time. I've been working with AI for 25 years. And it all started, first was used for machine learning.
Most people wouldn't think it's 25 years old.
Oh, it's longer
I think
than
it's
that.
a new thing.
Machine learning was the first time we applied AI. So that was making machines do things. That's been around a long time. That's AI. Now, when ChatGPT came out, that took AI to a new level. Now you've got generative AI that allows it to think on its own, learn what it's been told, and learn and do better. Of course, it's a problem. You can look at it two ways. Of course, the government has to get involved. We don't have a choice. Because if you don't have any type of rules, you really can't stop AI. The reason you don't see AI in the banking system, because they wouldn't allow it. Because an AI program could easily tunnel itself around, particularly if it's using quantum computing, to go around a firewall in 5 seconds.
And it would make its own decision to do that.
Yeah, because normally when you throw a firewall up, you go back. And then the programmers go, I got to figure out how to break that firewall.
Right.
Not with AI. It says, oh, I'm right here. Oh, this way, I'll go around it. Oh, that one, that obstacle's there? This is how you fix it. Because it learns on its own. And so I think, by the way, I am a #1, my co-founder, Barney Pell, who in fact co-founded Bing. He believes the same thing, that you can't stop progress. So for every time you think about the negative things, think of what AI is doing for all of us. Cures will come 10,000 years faster. Everyone, not 10 years. It'll come tomorrow. COVID, so everyone knows, I don't know if they know this, only got done because of AI. AI is super important. If you're not using it in some type of business or any type of application in your business, you're in trouble.
So guys like Stephen Hawking, Elon Musk say we got to stop AI from taking over and destroying humanity. Do they have a point? But then we still need to manage the positives? Okay, please.
Yeah, first of all, Stephen Hawking is one of the grandfathers of AI. So he's the one that pushed it to go forward. Elon Musk brags about the AI in his robots, in his cars. And at the same time, he says, be careful. That's exactly what you have to be. You have to be on both sides. But I got to tell you, Elon Musk wants AI to go all the way, because that changes all his companies. I mean, Elon is kind of like the mind of the future.
What does all the way mean? I mean, the possibilities. I can't even wrap my head around it.
Well, all the way is scary, because all the way means they will probably be in control. And that's what you have to watch. Can we stop it? In my lifetime, I don't know. When someone says they know, I get scared, because we don't know. And you can't just shut it off. So what do? You build algorithms and programs to fight AI, to fight the bad things in AI. And that's what most companies are doing.
Do you feel confident that the things you're doing at Locomobi World, the very forward-looking stuff we talked about, the robot, that you're going to be able to put in those algorithms and so on to address those concerns?
Absolutely. So we developed our own cybersecurity system. That's about a 50-page document on how to break up data and secure it from being hacked. And the way we do is we send it out and break it up into 50 pieces in the cloud, so you can't attack it.
Hmm.
and then we assemble it when it arrives. Now, the time that comes out, someone will figure that out. But that's okay. That's our job. That's everybody's job in our world, is to figure ways to combat the bad side. We all know the good side.
Right.
So, and I'm going to go back to it. Yeah, government has to be involved, whether
So
we like them or not.
and does that mean regulation, so that those things we're concerned
Yep.
about, the things that you're voluntarily putting in, we can make sure other companies are putting that in as well?
Yes, particularly the ones that don't understand it. When you said AI, it's a buzzword.
Right.
I'm going to throw AI in everything. Really? Do you know the ramifications? So some don't know that. And so it's not for the guys who know it well. It's for all the ones on the edge. They're going to play the AI game. And it is a buzzword. And so you have to be very careful. But it's our future.
And you're optimistic, though, that we're going to get all these advances. 10,000 years of progress in a short time
It's
span.
simply amazing. Because think of it. When you're out there looking for something in the old days, you'd have to call up 1,000 doctors, read thousands of papers, maybe do 2 years of research. That comes in a millisecond.
A millisecond.
Millisecond.
All right, we've talked about the future of AI. When we come back, we're going to get Grant Furlane's thoughts on the future of the Canadian economy, jobs, manufacturing, and all categories of business here. That's next. All right, our final segment here with Grant Furlane, founder and CEO of Locomobi World. Grant, a lot of hand-wringing frustrations, reports on the state of the Canadian economy. Most of them are not that positive in terms of where the indicators are at. How do you feel about the Canadian economy right now?
Well, I mean, I try not to get distracted by the geopolitical system,
Right.
because it can have you go the wrong way. And I try to treat people as people, not as countries. But in saying, I think we have major problems. The fight between politics and business is not good. And I think that growing up as an entrepreneur since I was 20 years old, we live to be dependent on other countries. We have always been an exporter. Okay. So whether I'm even in technology, and I think where I would be much more comfortable seeing is that more and more Canadian content is supported. And I don't believe it is. You'll hear all about the big new electrical power plant for batteries.
Right.
Then another tech company did something great in Canada. And I think, although, I mean, for example, the Ontario government just the other day announced will be one of the companies that are highlighted at Collision. And that's great. I mean, they are going, and I say, oh, by the way, I do see changes, but that's because you're getting business people into the political side, where I think you have to have that mix, because a career politician is not a career business guy. Plain and simple. And I've lived through 20, 30 companies and seen it over and over. We need to support Canadians. We have to respect everybody, but we need to support Canada.
On that note, 20, 30 companies, Locomobi World, far from your first company. You're a well-known serial entrepreneur, very successful businessman. Young people today, when you meet with them, I know you meet with founders of new startups, you meet with business school students. What do you tell them? What are the recipes? What are the ingredients for success?
The most important thing is never say no. Okay? If you have a dream, you got to go for it. Now, you're going to hit a lot of barriers, but what gets you through all that is only one thing and one thing only: passion. And everyone knows me that I have been passionate my whole life, all day, every day, all the time. But in the world of technology, what I would tell everybody is make sure you have great mentors. When we grew up, and even other people you've had on this show, we didn't have the internet to go find people to help us. We had to just, within ourselves, learn. You have an opportunity to talk to some of the most incredible people in Canada. And like you said, I help probably 2 or 3 new tech companies every month. Okay. And, you know, I have an AI company. I have one in agriculture. Why? Because they all affect our life and they all will help Canada. But as an entrepreneur, as you always say, Einstein said it best, you know, so many companies fail because they didn't know how close they were to success. You need to cross that path. And you know what? If you say you're an entrepreneur, not a guy that raises a bunch of money and runs out, not a guy that works for a big company, but you're an entrepreneur and you had to sleep in that car or do all that, you'll figure it out.
So you would definitely be encouraging kids today, go that route, be entrepreneurs, chase the dreams.
Absolutely. I think you chase your dreams even if you're not starting your own business. I believe there's lots of room for entrepreneurship in government.
Hmm.
Why isn't there right now? Because we don't have enough younger, new people coming in. But I'm going to tell you, this next round of people, they're smarter. They've learned more. They get it. And I believe that even if you were running the division of a municipality, when you meet the people at some of them, and I won't say all, some of them aren't like that, you can see the entrepreneurship in that whole group. Not everyone wants to take the risk, guys like me do. Okay? You have a family. When you decide to take the risk, remember, you risk everything around you, and you have to have buy-in by your family and by your peers, or you'll probably not make it. But once you have buy-in, that confidence changes.
Grant, it's been a great conversation. I know we can learn more about Locomobi on the website. We can learn more about your story and all the great businesses that you've put together over the years. What I take from you is optimism. I think that's ultimately what it is.
Thank you, Anthony, and you're right. I don't know any other way.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us. Great. That was a great conversation. If you are an innovator and would like to tell us your story, please write to us at ideas@thenewsforum.ca. And we'll see you next time on this program. I'm Anthony Fury. Thank you so much for watching Canadian Innovators on the News Forum.